Hello and welcome to the Superhero Show. I'm Chris and this is not Dan, this is Rich.
Hello.
This week we're going to be talking about Avengers Age of Ultron because lots of information has dropped online. We've had pictures, we've had interviews, we've had details about the plot and the villain. So yeah, we're going to talk about 5 of the coolest things we found out about the film this week. And I'm going to kick off by the big one. Entertainment Weekly cover in advance of Comic-Con featured Ultron, finally, the big bad in the movie. James Spader plays him in a performance capture mode. And we saw him. It's him with new glimpses at Iron Man and Captain America's new suits. But what did you think of the robot?
I think he looks really good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, quite true to the comics still, I think, in terms of look. It looks pretty badass.
Looks cool, looks sleek. It was only one picture and he wasn't completely front and centre. He was centre, but
just
behind the 2 other guys.
Yeah.
But also there was some plot details revealed. Now, if you don't want to know much about the plot, switch off now because there were kind of minor spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the article, they confirmed that Tony Stark, not Hank Pym, creates Ultron. And there were a few more details. He's building the robot and constructing the program so he doesn't have to put on Iron Man's suit any longer. He also thinks his creation will give his fellow Avengers a bit of a rest.
Yep.
But that backfires.
It does, yeah.
Because Ultron apparently decides, with a plan of his own, that humanity is Earth's biggest enemy. Apparently, Joss Whedon says he sees the big picture and goes, okay, we need radical change, which will be violent and appalling, in order to make everything better. So he's not just sort of some dumb moustache twirling villain. He's actually got a plan that makes a little bit of sense. It's just pretty nasty.
Yeah, and kind of very similar to Days of Future Past.
You think?
Yeah, kind of sentience taking over and wiping out the things that are going to eradicate the Earth.
Yeah. So we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
Everyone's painting us as the bad guys now.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you have the next tidbit, Rich.
I do indeed. Linking very nicely on from Ultron, have news about the Vision.
Yeah.
Now, just to give you a bit of a backstory on the Vision, and if you don't know much, then there's an awesome video on IGN through the Comics 101 series that we did about the Vision, kind of introducing him and what he does and how he's introduced through the comics. So
the hat to Scott Kalura who does them.
Yeah, really good videos. So check those out if you haven't seen any of them. But the Vision was created by Ultron to kill the Avengers.
Yeah.
The Vision actually betrays Ultron and eventually joins the Avengers. He was formed from the original Human Torch and the brain patterns from Wonder Man. He then later goes on to marry Scarlet Witch, played by Elizabeth Olsen in Avengers Age of Ultron, who is the daughter of Magneto. There's a big kind of link there, and that's what I really like about the comics, like everything just kind of like linking in. So that's really cool. So in the film, he's going to be played by Paul Bettany, who you will know as Jarvis from Iron Man and from Avengers. So there's going to be a link there, and Joss Whedon has already said in the past there's no what did he say? It's no coincidence that he's playing both characters. Yeah,
which is what we speculated here in the pod. So I'm confused now. I thought he was being made from Jarvis. Is there other stuff going on then? Are they using the comics plotline then?
I don't know if they're going to use the comics plotline.
Right, okay.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Okay, all right. What else have we got? I had an interview with Kevin Feige this week, and he talked a little bit about the Avengers Tower that's going to be in the movie. So he showed us some behind-the-scenes footage from the film, and there was talk about Stark Tower becoming Avengers Tower. So he talks about the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D. is gone now, and because of that, the Avengers need some money, and it's Tony Stark bankrolling them, which should be interesting in terms of interrelations between the characters if he's paying for everything.
Yeah.
And so he's involved in designing the tower. And Feige said, in addition to a hangar for brand new Quinjet, laboratories, places where he can build and store his Iron Man suits, there are, I believe, 2 bars, beautiful multiple space living rooms, which are perfect for parties and social gatherings. So basically, it's going to be a party pad. Yeah,
pretty much. And what else would you expect from Tony Stark?
I know, it sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah. So it seems like from his kind of reformation from the end of Iron Man 3, he's now gone back to I just want to be Iron Man again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it seems really good. But, I mean, he's the hook throughout all of this, isn't he? If he's creating Ultron and creating the pad and, he's definitely Marvel's man.
And he's been talking about the fact that this, he can't be playing this character forever. So I do wonder if he's playing front and centre so much in this film, could this be his swan song?
Ooh, maybe.
Cool. You've got the next bit of info.
So again, once again, leading onto the fantastic pad that Tony Stark is building, we've seen a picture which Entertainment Weekly released, and in this picture, there's a sneaky little bit of information in there suggesting that Don Cheadle is going to be back as Iron Patriot.
Well, there's a picture of him.
Yeah.
So
hopefully he's going to kind of be back in the film as Iron Patriot.
Yeah, well, we're not sure whether it's Iron Patriot or War Machine.
Or he could just be a cameo.
Or, just Rhodey popping up.
Yeah.
But at least he's going to get his due in this one.
Yeah, so...
Good to see him back.
We're going to see him.
Yet more characters for this film.
Yeah.
And finally, I spoke to Feige a little bit more about the Hulkbuster outfit armour, which we saw pre-visual images of, and I saw kind of moving pre-visuals of in this footage, and asked him if this was going to be kind of the money shot from the film, in the way that in the first movie, that 360 around all the Avengers was the moment in the trailer in the film that got us all excited. And he said that it will be a good scene, but he said there's 6 or 7, which is big talk, 6 or 7 scenes, just as exciting, that Joss Whedon came to them with when he first did his pitch for the movie and his outline, and they've stayed in the script all the way through, even though it's changed quite a lot. And he said all 6 or 7 of those scenes are going to be amazing.
Wow.
So that's exciting.
It's going to be huge.
Big talk from Feige. And finally, I did ask one other thing. In the Guardians of the Galaxy footage that was screened this week as well, there was mention of Thanos, who's obviously the big bad in Avengers. So down the line, we're going to see that he's kind of a common enemy to both of these groups, which kind of connects them. So I asked Feige if we could see the team-up movie anytime soon, the Guardians and Avengers team-up movie. He said, certainly it's the inclusion of Thanos most specifically that is a declaration to audiences who are paying attention that this is connected to those other universes. Part of the fun is that it could happen someday. I don't know when that would be. Maybe I know, and I'm not going to tell you. Oh. And he kind of laughed when he said that. It's going to happen,
isn't it? Yeah, if he was laughing when he said that as well, he knows something.
They've got it up in his office on some notice board.
Yeah.
They've got it all mapped out, and that's going to... Well, I guess it depends on Guardians of the Galaxy's success.
Yeah, exactly.
But, it was just funny. He kind of snuck me a sneaky laugh.
Cool.
So, yeah, exciting times ahead. So, I think we're going to find out a lot more in the next couple of weeks, because obviously Comic-Con is happening. And they've got the Marvel panel, so maybe there'll be actual footage screened from the movie. But at the moment, it's good to find out more about this one, because it's going to be one of 2015's biggest.
Yeah, and we're getting a lot of information now, so hopefully a lot more in the future as well.
Great. All right, thanks for watching. And Rich, next time, can you try and dress up a little bit?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Cool.
Show me up in your suit.
I know. Cheers, guys.